Hey, welcome to our home.
Hey, first time here. Well, it's strange because we met reaching out for band members when the group first started to record. We were doing all our shows in Philly with young man Chico Booth and the Raiders, and he was doing all the cabarets and what have you. And Roland would sit in with him every once in a while, you know. And I said, okay, we're getting ready to go on the road. And
Now when is this? What date is this? What time
this
is this?
This is in August of 1961.
Wow.
Yeah, August of 1961. Well, when Roland came with us, but from 1957 till then, Chico Booth was playing. We were working the Elks homes, doing weddings and what have you, cabarets, and that's how we got into just singing around. And it's amazing. It was 5 girls called Little Argentines, and I was singing with another group from my street, with Roger Street, which and it's amazing. These guys were called the Romeos. We had the lead singer's name was Rome, so we called ourselves the Romeos, and it winds up being another group out there by that name.
Okay, right.
But you know, what can I tell you? I know where I was. So, like I said, with us doing the cabarets and what have you, Roland was playing with the bands around. And when I said once we recorded and the record was released, and they said, well, you know, you're going to have to travel with some kind of accompaniment. So you search in your mind, you say, now who you think you can get, you know? So just traveling around and going back to where we had worked and talking to different people, I said, well, I know 2 people. I said, 2 people? I'm only looking for 1 person. I said, no, we got 2 people. So they're brothers. I said, okay. So I gave them a call, and it was Roland and Carl. No, and it was Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. You know, and the baking and the mixing and I should say the brewing and the mixing of all this. When you have somebody like Roland, and you have somebody like Winnie playing on bass, you know, a dynamite bass player, and you get Carl playing rocking the house, and then you have these other guys that are sitting in also, like Norman and Bobby Eli, and whoever else wanted to be a part of it, you know, to make this sound be what they say. This is Philadelphia. This is the sound of Philadelphia. It's not any other town. It's not any other area. This is Philadelphia. And I think, and I feel that when you look at how many acts came to Philadelphia to be with Gamble and Huff. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah, many.
When you see that list of these acts that came through Philadelphia and where they went, Lou Rawls, names of guys Jerry Butler, you say, you're kidding. They did it in Philadelphia?
That's right.
Yes, they did.
Even the Jackson 5,
even
right?
the 5. And you're talking about these guys that were the sound of Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. When they did their own instrumentals, they were all unique. Yeah. All unique. And a person like me, I'm seeing they got Roland on there, they got Carl on there, they got Bob. And I said, now I know, and got Winnie on there. I said, I'm listening to the bass player. But I can't help but hear Roland, that whatever he was playing on top of what they were playing, you knew he was in that part of the song. And he's probably in the whole song. Yeah. But when he got to a part that he felt unique about, it's in line with what's going on, but here he goes. He's going to put something in there. Yeah. And then look up and smile at you.
Yes. I remember he did that smile. You know, and it just keep on going.
Yeah, because he felt it, you know, and because of his talent, the sound of Philadelphia became solid, you know, soluble, and in that sense that the band did the same thing. You know, Uncle Carl did the same thing. And when, like you said, when they played with Pentagraphs, I said, you hear some licks and something on that Pentagraphs album that, you know, you say, these guys must have went to sleep and slept on this and was playing in their sleep. It's so unique.
Yes.
You know?
And just the way, you know, my dad played, because he did what, rhythm guitar, right?
He did rhythm guitar. Well, he on the records when he recorded with us, he played some riffs and some strokes that he would have to go back in and play them over, because a guy named Dave Apple, which is the A&R man and guitar player himself, heard this stuff. He said, "Oh, we gotta have that in there. I need it brighter. I need it brighter." And Roland would go in and just do his music,
right?
You know, or behind our tracks. You know, he would dub stuff over, and we would hear him say, "He didn't play that when we was recording." And I said, "No, Dave brought me back in to make me play this," and it was dynamite stuff. You know?
Wow.
When I would listen to him, it was like Curtis Mayfield. I would hear Curtis and I'd hear your dad, you know. The difference is Curtis played in Vastapool with the clip on the negative, and your dad played it the whole, you know, straight out.
Yeah.
And every finger he had looked like a thumb.
It's true.
I said, "How the heck?" He tried to teach me. I couldn't do it. And I said, "You got 5 thumbs on each hand. How do you play that thing? How do you get your fingers on them?" I cut all my fingernails off. I had fat fingers and everything. I still couldn't get it.
How would you describe my dad? And not just as a musician, but as one of your friends as well, too, as a person. How would you describe
that was
him?
my roadie. That was my roadie. I thought the world of him, and, you know, he's bumped me on the head a couple of times. He did a couple karate moves on me a couple of times, but I told him, "That's all right. That's all right. I'm going to take $25 from you." He said, "You want me to get you a kill?" I said, "No, I'm only kidding." But Roland was a good friend. You know, Roland was a faithful friend. And like I said, you know, people change as life goes on. You know, their situation changes, the attitude changes, and sometimes, you know, you get a little wayward sometimes, you know. But I always had and always will have the utmost respect for him, because we worked on that plane, you know. We worked on that plane. He wouldn't listen to me sometimes. I said, "You know, you shouldn't eat a piece of hot dog." Well, I dropped him over at the house, and
Yeah, stubborn.
yeah, I told him, I said, "Well, I told Mom, I said that, you know, if you need me, call me. I just got to drop everybody off, you know, and by the time I go home, if you know, because we didn't have no cell phones or nothing like that." I said, "Well, matter of fact, I'll drop back past." I went back past Harris. What the heck's his name?
Norman.
Norman sitting on the step waiting for him. From 1963 until then. I mean, that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Norman would be sitting on the step when we come back from Washington. We come back from New York to learn how to play that guitar.
My mom told me that too. My mom told me that he would always be hanging out going, "Yeah, I'm waiting for Roland to get back so we can work on some music."
Sitting on the steps. I said, "Now, I wonder how long he's been sitting on those steps and don't know what time we're going to get back."
Wow. So my dad, I mean, then you're also saying that he was a teacher. He also gave. He also shared.
He gave, and I know that he did know him, and I know that he taught quite a few guys who are in this business now.
Wow.
You know, and if you ever listen to the individual guitar players, you'll hear the technique, and you'll hear your father, because he had such a technique of doing of making sounds that everybody do like this.
Yeah. Like this.
With them thumbs. I said, "Boy, oh boy." But like I said, I always respect him and always will. He was my partner on the road. You know, we had to look out for each other. We looked out for each other.